If you have to convince her to want you, you've already lost. Because desire isn't something you chase, it's something you cause. Most men try to impress. They talk louder, they text more, they try harder, and the harder they try, the less she feels. Here's the uncomfortable truth. A woman doesn't desire the man who wants her the most. She desires the man who knows himself the most. Desire begins long before she notices you. It begins with how you see yourself. Desire cannot be forced because desire is a voluntary emotional response, not a logical decision. You can persuade someone to consider you. You can convince them to give you a chance, but you cannot command their feelings. The moment a man tries to pressure, convince, or emotionally corner a woman into liking him, he creates resistance instead of attraction. Human beings are wired to protect their autonomy. When someone feels pushed, they instinctively pull away. That is why persuasion often backfires in romantic dynamics. The more effort you put into trying to win her, the more she senses that you need the outcome. And neediness quietly erodes desire. Desire grows in an environment of emotional safety. Emotional safety means she does not feel judged, rushed, or obligated. It means she can be herself without performing, without being evaluated, without feeling like she owes you something for your attention. When you are authentic, when you speak honestly without exaggerating your achievements or pretending to be someone you are not, you create stability. Stability feels safe, and safety allows attraction to breathe. Authenticity also communicates confidence. When you are comfortable with who you are, you do not seek constant reassurance. You do not over-explain your intentions. You do not chase validation through excessive messaging or grand gestures. Instead, you show up consistently and calmly. That calmness signals strength because it shows you are not dependent on her reaction to define your value. In the end, desire is invited, not demanded. It emerges naturally when she feels safe, respected, and free to choose. And the paradox is this: when you stop trying to force interest, you become far more interesting. Attraction grows from purpose, not performance. Many men believe that to spark desire, they must entertain, impress, or constantly prove their worth. They rehearse lines, showcase achievements, exaggerate confidence, and carefully curate an image designed to win approval. But performance creates pressure. It turns interaction into an audition. And when you are performing, you are subconsciously asking for validation. That subtle request for approval shifts the dynamic. Instead of being a man with direction, you become a man seeking acceptance. Purpose operates differently. Purpose is not about what you show, it is about what drives you. When a man is connected to something larger than himself, his craft, his mission, his standards, he carries a quiet certainty. He is not in the conversation to extract attention. He is there because he chooses to be. That distinction changes everything. When your life is anchored in meaningful goals, you do not rearrange your identity to fit someone else's preferences. You invite them into a life already in motion. Performance fades when attention fades. Purpose remains even when no one is watching. And that consistency is attractive because it signals emotional maturity. A woman can sense when a man's energy is stable. She feels the difference between someone who is trying to impress her and someone who is simply being himself while pursuing what matters to him. Purpose also creates natural boundaries. When you value your time and direction, you do not overinvest too quickly. You move steadily, not desperately. You are selective, not because you are playing games, but because your standards are rooted in clarity. That clarity removes uncertainty from your behavior. In the end, people are drawn to those who are already fulfilled by their path, because desire grows around those who know where they are going and do not need applause to continue walking. People are drawn to those who are clear about who they are because clarity creates stability. When a man understands his values, his boundaries, and his direction, his behavior becomes predictable in the best way. He does not shift his personality depending on who he is around. He does not exaggerate opinions to fit in or silence himself to avoid disapproval. That steadiness makes others feel secure because there is no confusion about where he stands. Uncertainty weakens attraction. If a woman senses that you are adjusting your identity to match hers, she may enjoy the attention, but she will not fully respect it. When your opinions change to gain approval or your interests suddenly mirror hers too perfectly. It signals that you are prioritizing acceptance over authenticity. That subtle inconsistency creates doubt, and doubt quietly erodes desire. Clarity about who you are also shapes how you communicate. You speak directly. You express interest without overexposing vulnerability too early. You set boundaries without hostility. When something does not align with your standards, you calmly step back instead of arguing or pleading. That response demonstrates internal certainty. It shows that your self-worth is not dependent on her reaction. This does not mean being rigid or closed-minded. It means being anchored. You can listen, adapt, and grow while still maintaining your core identity. Growth from strength is attractive. Change from insecurity is not. When you know who you are, you move differently. Your body language is relaxed. Your tone is measured. Your decisions are intentional. You are not scanning the room for validation. You are present. That presence carries weight because it is not trying to prove anything. Ultimately, clarity removes the invisible question mark from your character. And when there is no question mark, there is space for curiosity. Curiosity opens the door to connection, and connection is where desire quietly begins to form. Confidence is consistency between words and actions. It is not loudness, dominance, or constant self-praise. True confidence is quiet alignment. When a man says he values honesty and then communicates transparently, that alignment builds trust. When he says he respects time and then arrives when he promised, that alignment builds credibility. Over time, these small consistencies create a powerful impression because they signal reliability, and reliability feels safe. Many people try to project confidence through posture, tone, or rehearsed phrases, but projection without alignment eventually collapses. If your words promise strength, but your actions reveal insecurity, the contradiction becomes obvious. For example, saying you are not bothered by slow replies while sending multiple follow-up messages exposes internal inconsistency. Claiming you are focused on your goals while constantly rearranging your schedule for someone you barely know signals misplaced priorities. These subtle mismatches weaken attraction because they create doubt. Consistency, on the other hand, removes doubt. When your behavior repeatedly matches your stated values, people begin to trust what you say. That trust reduces uncertainty, and reduced uncertainty allows emotional comfort. A woman may not consciously analyze this pattern, but she will feel it. She will sense that your energy is stable, that your reactions are measured, that your presence does not fluctuate wildly based on her approval. This kind of confidence also shapes how you handle rejection or disagreement. If you express interest and she does not reciprocate, consistency means you remain respectful and composed. You do not suddenly become distant out of pride or overly attentive out of panic. Your response reflects the same grounded character you displayed before. In the end, confidence is not about proving strength in isolated moments. It is about demonstrating integrity over time. When your words and actions tell the same story, you become someone who can be trusted. And trust is the foundation upon which desire can steadily grow. If this perspective is challenging what you've been taught about attraction, pause for a moment and reflect. Ask yourself, am I building a life worth being curious about? If this resonates, stay with me. Emotional presence matters more than surface-level charm because attraction is sustained by how someone feels around you, not by how impressive you appear at first glance. Charm can capture attention quickly. A witty remark, confident posture, or playful teasing can create a spark. But sparks fade if there is no deeper connection underneath. Emotional presence is what transforms a brief moment of interest into lasting desire. Emotional presence means you are fully engaged in the interaction. You are not scanning the room for someone better. You are not mentally rehearsing your next line while she speaks. You are not checking your phone to signal importance. Instead, you are attentive. You listen without interrupting. You respond to what she actually says rather than steering the conversation back to yourself. That level of focus communicates respect, and respect builds comfort. When a woman feels emotionally seen and heard, she relaxes. She does not feel like she has to compete for attention or perform for approval. She senses that you value the moment, not just the outcome. That feeling of being genuinely understood creates depth, and depth creates attachment. Surface-level charm often relies on tactics designed to impress. Emotional presence relies on authenticity. It allows pauses in conversation without panic. It allows vulnerability without oversharing. It allows connection to unfold naturally instead of being forced. When you are emotionally grounded, your tone is steady, your reactions are measured, and your interest feels intentional rather than desperate. Over time, charm alone becomes predictable. Emotional presence, however, remains rare. In a world filled with distractions and divided attention, someone who can offer focused energy stands out immediately. It signals maturity and self-control. Ultimately, attraction strengthens when she feels safe to express herself around you. And that safety does not come from clever words. It comes from consistent, grounded, emotional availability. Scarcity of attention increases perceived value because attention is one of the most powerful emotional currencies in human interaction. When something is constantly available, it becomes predictable. When it is predictable, it loses intensity. The same principle applies to attraction. If a man is always texting first, always responding instantly, always available at any hour, he unintentionally signals that his time carries little weight. And when time feels abundant, it feels less valuable. This does not mean playing manipulative games or intentionally ignoring someone to create artificial distance. It means genuinely having a life structured around priorities, goals, and responsibilities. When your attention is divided between meaningful pursuits, you are not clinging to one source of validation. Your availability becomes selective, not because you are trying to create anxiety, but because your life demands focus. Scarcity creates space, and space allows curiosity to grow. When you are not constantly updating her about every detail of your day, she begins to wonder what you are doing. When you are not instantly replying to every message, she senses that you are engaged in something important. That subtle uncertainty fuels interest. Curiosity is a powerful emotional driver because it keeps the mind engaged. However, scarcity only works when it is authentic. If you delay responses while anxiously staring at your phone, the energy behind your actions will feel forced. Genuine scarcity comes from internal security. You are comfortable with silence. You are not seeking reassurance through constant communication. You understand that connection grows through rhythm, not intensity. When your attention is intentional rather than excessive, it feels earned. And what feels earned carries greater emotional weight. Over time, this measured approach communicates self-respect. It shows that your time and energy are valuable resources, not commodities handed out freely. And people naturally value what is not endlessly available. Curiosity creates connection because it shifts the focus from impressing to understanding. When you approach a woman with genuine interest in who she is rather than how she perceives you, the dynamic changes immediately. Instead of trying to prove your worth, you begin to explore hers. That shift removes pressure from the interaction. It transforms the conversation from a performance into a discovery. Genuine curiosity is felt in the quality of your questions. You ask open-ended questions that invite depth rather than simple yes or no answers. You listen to her responses carefully, not just waiting for your turn to speak, but looking for meaning behind her words. When she shares something personal, you follow up thoughtfully. That level of engagement signals that you value her perspective, not just her attention. Interrogation, on the other hand, kills attraction because it feels transactional. Rapid-fire questions without emotional warmth can feel like an interview. When questions lack context or empathy, they create tension. She may feel evaluated rather than understood. The difference lies in intention. Curiosity is about connection. Interrogation is about control or validation. Curiosity also communicates confidence. When you are secure in yourself, you are not afraid to let her take center stage in the conversation. You do not dominate every topic. You allow silence if needed. You let the dialogue flow naturally instead of steering it toward achievements or stories designed to impress. That restraint shows emotional maturity. As curiosity deepens, emotional intimacy begins to form. She feels seen not as an object of pursuit, but as an individual with thoughts, experiences, and complexities. That recognition builds comfort and trust. And when trust is present, desire has room to grow. Ultimately, people feel closer to those who seek to understand them. When your interest is authentic and measured, connection becomes effortless, and effortless connection is deeply attractive. Self-respect sets the standard for how others treat you because people often respond to the boundaries you demonstrate rather than the words you declare. When you tolerate disrespect, inconsistency, or emotional manipulation without addressing it, you silently communicate what you believe you deserve. Over time, others adjust their behavior to match that standard. If you accept last-minute cancellations repeatedly, ignore dismissive comments, or overextend yourself to maintain attention, you teach her that your time and feelings are negotiable. Self-respect begins internally. It is the decision that your value does not fluctuate based on someone else's interest. When a woman shows uncertainty or lack of enthusiasm, self-respect prevents you from chasing harder in an attempt to win approval. Instead, you observe her actions and respond accordingly. You match effort with effort. You invest where there is reciprocity. That balanced approach signals emotional stability. Boundaries are a visible expression of self-respect. Boundaries are not ultimatums or threats. They are calm standards. For example, if communication becomes inconsistent, you address it directly or reduce your own investment rather than complaining or pleading. If plans are canceled without consideration, you choose not to prioritize someone who does not prioritize you. These decisions are not about punishment. They are about alignment with your own standards. When you respect yourself, your demeanor changes. Your posture is relaxed, your tone is steady. You are not anxious for validation because your worth is not on trial. That internal assurance subtly shifts the dynamic. She senses that being in your life is a privilege, not a guarantee. Ultimately, attraction is strengthened when she feels that you choose her from a place of strength rather than dependency. And that strength is rooted in unwavering self-respect that does not bend under emotional pressure. Desire was never about tricks, pressure, or persuasion. It was never about saying the perfect line, sending the perfect text, or timing your moves with calculated precision. Real desire begins long before any strategy enters the picture. It begins with who you are when no one is watching. When you stop chasing validation and start building substance, your energy shifts. When you align your words with your actions, you become trustworthy. When you anchor yourself in purpose, you become grounded. When you offer presence instead of performance, you become rare. And when you respect yourself enough to walk away from what is not aligned, you become powerful. You cannot force someone to feel something they do not feel, but you can become the kind of man whose presence naturally sparks curiosity, comfort, and attraction. Not because you demanded it, not because you manipulated it, but because you embody qualities that are difficult to ignore. If she is not interested, that is information, not rejection of your worth. It simply means alignment is missing, and alignment cannot be negotiated. The moment you internalize that truth, you stop trying to convince and start choosing. You stop seeking approval and start offering value. You stop shrinking and start standing fully in your identity. In the end, desire is drawn to clarity, strength, emotional depth, and self-respect. It is drawn to the man who is already fulfilled, already directed, already whole. And when you become that man, you no longer ask how to make a woman desire you. You simply become someone who is desired.